If you're tuning in, this is In the Flow with Juice, Tim, and Jay.
Yeah. It's in the flow, bro. In the flow.
It's a stand-up man right there.
Right. You on this skills.
I make man.
How long? Yeah. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
If you're tuning in, this is In the Flow with Juice, Tim, and Jay. I'm Juice.
I'm Tim.
Yes.
And I'm Jay.
And Jay is not here today. He is traveling.
He's on a vacation.
Yeah, with his future wife to be. So we pray good.
And when he let us know about that, he didn't say fiance. He said my wife.
He said wife.
That was dope.
He was speaking in
shout out to Jay. Yeah.
Like nothing's gonna happen in between then. I just can't.
We rebuke that.
We pray. Safe travels, Jay.
Right.
You're having fun. I'm not gonna watch your story all week.
Right. Don't be blowing up my Instagram with these little short snippets of every day.
Of a cute vacation, because some of us don't have that. But
this is Empire Africa 1.
Yes.
I got that right last time.
yeah,
Last time I rushed it. It was my first time. I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get in the flow, in the groove of things.
Here's the thing, though. Tim.
What happened? What's going on?
You've done podcasts before, so that's not.
I have? I'm not a rookie?
Yeah. So yes, we would like to thank Empire Africa 1 for giving us the platform. We say that every week.
Shout out to the producer,
Yeah,
too.
this wouldn't be happening. Shout out to the producer to my left. You feel me? He's not on screen, but eventually we're gonna get him on here.
He's a man with no
There you
face.
go. Look. Yeah.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
So,
go.
But yeah, we're gonna hop straight into it, man. And so Tim, you wanna introduce our first topic, bro?
Yeah. So starting off, I want to just ask you about how you doing, how you been.
Man.
We ain't chopped it up in a little bit. What's been going on with you?
Tim does this thing where
He's like, it's time to vent.
where he goes ghost and doesn't tell nobody nothing. He just
I feel like Jay went ghost.
no. Jay definitely went ghost. And then
You need to go ghost more. That's
I need to go.
Yeah.
I don't know how to go ghost, bro. Like if I go ghost, I'm gonna be like, hey y'all, I'm going ghost.
right. You're such a good communicator that you're like, hey, just so you know,
So you know,
you won't hear from me.
I'm taking the days off. Like these dudes, I would literally text these cats and not hear nothing.
Yeah, no, and
Period.
we feel bad too. He thinks we just like living our best life. We're not. When we see it, when we see the message, we're like, dang, we could have gave him L's on Brawlhalla.
Yeah. No, but I really be like, because at first, this is what happened. So at first, I thought these brothers I thought I set them off. Like,
Right, he thought he said something because you joke a lot.
I joke a lot, but
Yeah.
I also hand out a lot of L's.
Talk about it. Talk
So
about
I
it.
thought people was spicy. You know,
Right,
like,
right.
I be hitting them up all weekend, like, hey, y'all, what's good? Like, y'all trying to kick it?
Forgive me.
Hey, y'all, what's good? Y'all trying to kick it?
No, you do not. There be that many messages.
Hey, y'all, what's good? Y'all trying to kick it?
Hit me back. Hit me back.
And then they hit me back on Monday, like, hey, y'all, man, I just had to take a break, man. That's all good. I'm just
And
like,
sometimes we link up. See, that's my issue is we just so far across from the city. You know what I'm saying? By the time I send my message, it gets to you so late.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? I send it and it just doesn't come in time.
You have
Hey,
friends
man.
or, like,
Huh?
you got
No, I'm T-Mobile. Shout out to T-Mobile.
Okay, so that's not an excuse.
America's Network.
Yes,
You
yes.
know?
Shout out T-Mobile, America's Network. Never changing my plan because I get to lease my phones.
What else has been good with you though? Cause talk to me.
Nothing, man. So I've been pretty busy. You know what I'm saying? Just getting ready. This weekend's gonna be crazy.
But you take time for yourself. Today was your meet
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah. So
Okay.
Mondays are mental me's, and
Right.
then we come into the studio. But
But you had some shows or something too, right? This
Yeah.
weekend?
So shows. Well, I had 4 shows in 2 days for
Uh-huh.
Final Four stuff. And
Right.
This coming weekend, I got shows out in Wilmer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm coming back because we got twins.
I see you.
Game
I
host
see
for
you
the
representing.
Twins. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I had to make sure that these colors,
Coordinated.
these colors. But yeah, man. So pretty busy. Been just kind of been doing a lot of reflection because weekends are pretty busy for me. But
Right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Weekdays are cool. So
Well, don't ask me about it because I haven't really been doing anything. But
literally about to be like, so
You're
what
like,
you been on?
right. So what's up with you? I've been honing my crafts of rest and restoration.
Yeah.
Also resting and restoration. Like
Yeah.
I'm probably the best rester that I know.
That's what's up.
I could be a professional rester, bro. Like nap. What's that? I hibernate. You
Oh,
feel me?
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. Cause when the sun come out, so do I. Does that sound? Did I say that wrong?
I don't know.
If I come out.
We just gonna end the flow.
Right, we're gonna move past that.
And we just gonna and we just gonna keep it.
No, we were just talking about before we went on air too about just how nice the weather's been outside.
Yeah.
They're expecting summer, but we do have some obstacles in the way. Sounds like there might be a snowstorm coming. How you feel about that?
We rebuke that because it's not gonna happen. Yes, sir.
Right.
My prayer warriors. We out here.
They said maybe, and then black people saw that and it was like they capitalized every letter in maybe.
Maybe.
Possible.
And it was like, this is why I hate Minnesota. But like, it's not. We don't know, bro. It's 60,
Minnesota's so nice when it's warm.
67 degrees, bro.
Yeah.
How do you go back from that? It's supposed to be 60s and 50s all week.
It's
if anything,
bipolar
it'll
sometimes.
rain. If anything, it'll rain.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so
We need something to lift us up with the loss of our brother Nipsey, though.
Yeah.
Definitely need a turnaround of events. So God, if you're listening, which you always are, just give us some sunshine. How do you feel about kind of what happened with his untimely death and people's responses to it? What is your take, man?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I was shook, and I'm gonna be real. Like I didn't become a Nipsey fan until Victory Lap. So, but I always seen his interviews. I always kept up with stuff that he was doing.
Right, outside of his music.
Yeah. But like Victory Lap is what was like, yo, this man is cold.
Definitely.
So I'm not gonna sit here in front and be like, yo, this man.
I appreciate that. I respect that.
Victory Lap. I jumped on the bandwagon.
Right.
And I was like, yo, this man is cold. And so like seeing that, and we was all kicking it.
We were together, yeah.
When I saw it, and I was like, yo, what? And then like, what? And so just seeing that, man, just shook me. But it was like the atmosphere had changed all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was different because he was a good dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we don't necessarily know all the details because there's a lot of speculation.
Right. Romance.
But like, and like his people are saying this is what happened, and other people are like, nah, it's the government. And so it's just like it's little things like that.
Is that where that came from? His camp? Because I saw that all over the internet.
No,
like
that
Dr.
came out
Sebi
before his
documentary.
people even said anything. Like people was like,
Right.
the government took him out because
Right.
he was trying to build a community. And like, and I don't want to take anything away from those people's opinions, but I don't think there's so many people who have big platforms that are doing a lot for the community that most people don't know about until something tragic happens. Because you're not gonna hear, oh, so and so is building up his community or doing this stuff in his community.
Right, it's rare.
Because that's not what media does. Like it's all media is for drama, feeding on drama. That's how you get ratings.
Right.
And so with that, it's like I don't necessarily think that was the case because you got Kevin Hart, who was putting so much money into public schools, creating computer labs and science things.
You got LeBron James,
LeBron James, who literally funded a whole school.
Yeah.
You got Chance the Rapper, who does so much
The
for
list is
Chicago.
long,
And you got all these people that do that, and it's just like, but the government's not shooting them, or you know, and so like what makes Nipsey different, and I didn't really dive into that as much because it just was like it's a sad thing that we should just mourn and show respect for the life that he's done. And so I just think people I think that sometimes we dwell so much on the negative, and we kind of use excuses to pull ourselves apart, like system. Like the system is playing against us because it was written with not having us in mind.
Right.
But at the same time, you can't let something like that hold you back. And so like how we grew up, like our dads always told us, like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Life is not gonna be fair because you black.
Right.
Like nothing's gonna be given to you. You gotta work for everything. So for me, when somebody tells me, oh, the system is set up against us, you can't do this because of this, in my mind, I'm like, well, this is what I feel called to do.
And you've went against the status quo your whole life too.
Exactly.
Right,
And it's like literally where we come from and where we at now literally goes against the system. Like I'm not like in-game host for the Minnesota Twins was never in Northside Juice's mindset, but when I had a dream and I thought about it, I worked my butt off, and I had to work 3-4 times harder than the average person, but I was willing to do that because and that's what I love about us black people is when we actually put our mind to something, it's great.
We're stubborn in good ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we create
great things. Like you think of culture now, like with hip hop and with basketball or sports in general. Like we have our hand in everything, and people want to be us but don't want to be us. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that if we put our mind on the positive things and not focus so much on the negative, we can literally like build our community to be something way greater than what it already is.
Definitely. And it does seem like the negative sells and spreads a lot.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, obviously there's cliche examples of just looking at the news and seeing how much crime is talked about versus, you know, good things going on in the community. I think one thing that was kind of interesting about the whole situation around Nipsey was like sort of those rumors dissipated after we found out who the suspect was and who could have killed him. A gentleman by the name of Eric Holder was suspected and I guess formally charged for murder. And then just the video came out that was really graphic and stuff. But it was really sad to see that, you know, there were some people who were still so stubborn in their theories around his assassination that they didn't even let that go. That it shifted. It was like, okay, now he's a hired informant. Eric Holder is hired by the government and was used to take out Nipsey. And so I guess in some ways,
Did you see who his lawyer was?
Eric Holder?
Yes.
No, did he have a lawyer from the government?
Lawyer is the prosecutor for the oldest.
Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that at all. That's not cheap at all, I'm assuming. So, yeah, that I mean, for me, when I looked at it too, and just thinking about, so you just use you as an example. I think a lot of prominent black figures, right, or successful black men, I think it does come with an unwritten cost to be outspoken about certain injustices and things going on, but to particularly talk about agricultural poisoning and things like that come from the food, I think that's a $1 billion industry. You know what I mean? So there's so much effort being put towards silencing documentaries and movies dedicated to getting people educated about what they're putting in their body. You know, and so people call it whatever they want to call it. They call it you know, propaganda or whatever, but I think that's specifically what kind of tipped people off, was that's what made him a little bit different, is that with Chance, him being outspoken, with LeBron James being outspoken, and Kevin, I think still very, very much internally, there's still a chance that they could be targeted. You know, I'm still fearful for, like, even Obama's out of office. But I'm still fearful, like, for Brother Obama, like, when he goes out. But it's
like with those situations, like, and I don't know, maybe with the Nipsey thing, it was a lot easier. Like if it was a government, because it's a lot easier to shield that with gang violence. But with somebody like Chance or somebody like LeBron, with somebody like Kevin, it's very, very hard with the platform that they're in right now. Right. It's very, very hard to get them. You know what I'm saying? Or I mean, like you can probably get them with, you know, maybe like a conspiracy of cheating or doing whatever weird stuff, but it's very hard to take a man's life when your platform is that high. And so like with me, even if, so say it was the government, instead, and like us as a people, like if we all was on the same page as far as building our community, understanding what we're putting in our body, understanding the health aspects and taking down these corporations, if we did that as one, it's hard to stop people who all have the same mindset. Because like with us, it's so easy to say, because right now, us as black men, we're fighting two different battles. We got the government, police, all that over here, and then we got our own people on this side who kill each other over colors, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, it's so hard. When I had these conversations, especially in college, it was so frustrating having these conversations with people about police brutality and stuff that's going on in our community. It's so hard to say, y'all need to wake up and see this stuff, but they'll always be like, well, what about the gang violence? What about the black people killing black people? So it's hard to wake people up of other races when we got stuff in our own backyard that we dealing with. And I'm not saying that not talking about that is like whatever, let's focus on this, but I feel like if we take care of our community first I feel like it will bleed over into stuff like that. It'll be a lot harder for people to ignore what's going on over here if we got our stuff together over here.
And just want to kind of cue people in if they're just joining to the In the Flow podcast with Tim and Juice. We're just talking about the untimely passing of our brother Nipsey Hussle, who was murdered a week ago, I think now, and there's a trial for his suspected murderer that's going on, and they said, and we just got word from our producer that the defendant or like the attorney is actually was present in the OJ case as well. So chief prosecutor. So
they're defending. Interesting.
So they're very very good at getting people off, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But like going deeper in that, so like everybody had a lot of opinions about what was going on, and really the best way to respect Nipsey's legacy is to continue the marathon that he was doing.
I love that.
Continue working on the stuff that he was working on. It shouldn't stop with him. It should only get bigger. And I think that's one thing. If it was like a government conspiracy, that's where they messed up, because now people are like, yo, we need to do this. Like, we need to get on this. But like everybody had opinions, and I don't know why one person's opinion like kind of blew up in the news more than other people's opinion.
Yeah.
Your boy Kodak Black.
My boy.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like,
yeah, Kodak Black. His statement about Lauren London.
He went on
really,
Instagram Live and said some pretty insensitive things.
And so
we're
gonna play the clip real quick and see what y'all think.
My nigga,
Lauren London, that baby though, she finna be out here single. She finna be a whole widow out here. I'd be the best man I could be, fuck. I'd give her a whole year. She might need a whole year to be crying and shit. But dude, though, I ain't trying to shoot at her. I'm saying this, look. No, she could do 2-3 years, but I try to be like, if you need a friend to holler us, show the me, you can call my line.
Let us know what y'all think about that in the comments.
Let us know what y'all think about
Kodak Black on Instagram Live talking about basically trying to be a friend to her, but having a hidden motive about
trying to slide. Like, that literally happened last week, bro. You can't say stuff like that, especially on Instagram.
And I don't
Live.
think he said it knowing it was going to go viral. I don't think he said it knowing that it was going to pee people off. I think he was just talking. That's how he probably normally talks to his homies. He's a real problem.
with his dad bod all out and all that. It's just I don't know, man. And like what are your thoughts on that, bro? Like
on Kodak saying that?
Yeah.
I think Charlamagne the God had a really good dish on. He gave Kodak Donkey of the Day, by the way. And so, Charlotte is the big homie, and I think he had a really good perspective on it in terms of just thinking about being intentional and discerning what we get upset about, what causes uproars, because there's some things that go right under our nose within the music of even people like Nipsey, really guys who have a really use their platform really well and use their voice to bring out a message about change and revolution. But what he was saying was just basically like, there's been so much trash stuff going on in hip hop for so long. It's not, number one, surprising that Kodak said that. I guess if anything, he was very honest and candid about what he felt. Lauren London is a beautiful woman, but the last thing I'm thinking about when we're talking about the conversation, if Lauren London comes up, the last thing I'm thinking about is her being available, her being single. So for me, it's a pure example of showing that people's priorities are wrong and where their alliances lie and what they see and how they perceive things. And some people have come out and defended Kodak and said he has a hard time, verbalizing himself and articulating his thoughts and words. And I just think that's inexcusable, man. Like, I don't know about the whole cancel thing. I think that's also another fad, to just cancel things because we don't like. But
cancel, but not really cancel. You say, oh, they cancel, but like deep down, people support.
If he drops a hit,
That's
like
what
if
I'm
he
saying.
drops another hit, if a ZZ, it happens on some other level with different melodies and artists.
People gonna be on the Triller app doing dances and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. It's like people. It's canceled until it could possibly work in their favor.
He was canceled when he walked out of the Ebro interview.
Yeah,
Like, I'm done.
yeah. I mean, I'm not even a Kodak Black fan, so like. He was always canceled to me, so like none of this surprises.
Did you see when he walked out of the Ebro interview?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was really awkward, bro. Because Ebro was like, "Yeah, we just take domestic violence here very serious, and we just wanted to let you know that." And then it was like chopped up too, like there was something edited out of it. And then he was like, "I'm gonna just let y'all know if y'all don't change the subject, this interview over."
Yeah,
and Ebro,
the producer tried very hard to say that.
Right.
please.
No, Ebro was like, hey, "We don't gotta ask you no more questions. We can be done right here." That's my homie, bro.
Nah, it's real. It's real out here. Yeah. And that's how I'm gonna do any of y'all that come on in this podcast and try. I'm just playing.
No, and I was gonna say that too. We had talked about it a little bit over the phone, but like, just like inviting artists too. Like if you're watching, you're watching In the Flow podcast on Empire Africa One with Juice and Tim. We want to have local artists on, you know, who can talk about their music and talk about why they think their music is different, the story behind it, you know, kind of what influenced them to get started. Yeah. And if you guys have somebody in mind, tag them, you know, tag them in the comments if you are the artist. We'd definitely love to talk about
influencers, entrepreneurs, man. We really want to create a platform for artists, and you know, we're not gonna narrow it down to just African Americans, but majority African Americans who are trying to build a platform and get on, and like when we've had conversations a lot of times about like careers and the whole reason why, like for me at least, grinding in comedy so hard is because I want to create a platform for other people to be able to rise. You know what I'm saying? So like putting in that hard work so that other people who are trying to get on, especially with clean entertainment, is hard. So with other people who are trying to get into clean entertainment, it won't be as hard as it was for me, because at the end of the day, we are all the people. And you know what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing that we can learn from, and we're gonna wrap it up with the Nipsey thing, but one thing we can learn is, and you was talking about earlier, is love, man. It's like love conquers all, love changes all. If we loved, none of this, we wouldn't have none of these issues, we wouldn't have none of these problems. And so
that is a complex issue, so we will dive into that topic more on other episodes too, but I think it
will come up a lot.
Because I think because Kodak and I think Eric Holder have something in common. There's something blocking their heart, and we're spiritual men, so I think there's definitely on a deeper level than just something that happened physically. But yeah, prayers out to Nipsey's family. Yeah. Prayers out to Lauren London, her children, Nipsey's children, and everybody connected to the whole thing, people that were there. Yeah. And everybody who's watching, you know, if you're affected by it and it's triggering for you, if you lost somebody, prayers out to you too.
Yeah, we're gonna keep y'all in our prayers, and we're gonna keep it moving. Talk about the aspect of love. You know what I'm saying? Your boy is rocking 76ers jersey.
Speaking of love.
Yeah. Ben Simmons. And NBA playoffs start this weekend, man. And I don't think y'all understand, okay? Yeah. I have been not able to express my love for my squad for so many years.
I mean, how many? We just
since 2003.
Oh, I wonder.
But like 2003, but 2003, bro. When you're in third grade, you don't care about a coach. It was all about AI. You know what I'm saying? It was all about AI, Iguodala. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so, but I'll even skip to high school, because even in high school, because we didn't have AI back then, it was just Iguodala, Lou Williams putting on for the squad, and so I had to be an in the closet fan. But I had so much pride that I couldn't pick another team.
Iguodala was on the Sixers.
Yeah.
AI, so did he go straight from the Sixers to the Warriors?
No. He was in Denver. Yeah, he went to Denver, and then
So you think Philly's gonna take it? You think Philly's going all the way?
I have to think that.
Well,
because this is.
You can be honest.
This is my They
what
are.
Are they? Let's talk directly about the Warriors, because that's what the realistic matchup is.
That's true.
Are they gonna? What do they have that the Warrior that you think is the Warriors' weak point? Because the Warriors have size, they have coaching.
I wouldn't say size though. They don't have no Sixers size. So this is. But honestly, I don't want to skip to that yet. we gotta stick to the East. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta make it. There's a lot of heavy hitters in the East.
Look at
that,
you. You
know what I'm saying? That we gotta dive in. I'm on my Stephen A. Smith joint right now.
Right.
You go.
We gotta focus on what's in.
So NBA playoffs, man. If y'all team is in the playoffs, make sure you comment below or tag them below. If you watching on YouTube, leave a comment.
The
who
Timberwolves
you think
are unfortunately not able to make it,
and never have. But I'm just
they
playing.
never made it to the playoffs.
But no, they made it last year and got whopped. But
if you're not in on sports, just say
76ers.
OKC.
Yeah, no.
Just say
OKC
Boston.
barely made it though. That's the crazy thing. These men, they skated in. That's how you know.
Is that what that was?
You know, like when you in the movie theater and your seat is in the middle and you're just like, excuse me. That was OKC in the playoffs. They was like, excuse me. But I will say, Russ is cold. I will.
Yeah, he did the 2020.
Yeah, rolling 60s.
Ripping it.
Real ones know what that means.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
because you say he's OP'd in 2K when we go at it, but
he's OP'd in real life too.
No, overall, it's 90 something in real life.
Like, cause you see in highlights and you're like, okay, how much is that is actually a thing?
Right.
But then when I watched him play for real, they played the Timberwolves yesterday, and
I think he's holding back, bro. I think he really wants to go deep into the playoffs. I think he's really holding back. I think same thing with Paul George.
Well, they're already in. So these next 3 games, I'm not even gonna watch these next 3 games. I'm not even gonna watch them because I'm just we already in the playoffs.
What happens with the Wolves games? Aren't they cheaper tickets now? Can't we just?
Well, there's only one more. You knew it was. Here's the thing, Timberwolves fans, y'all knew it was over when you was promoting 2019, 2020 tickets. That started 2 weeks ago. So there was no faith.
You was watching that?
No, I was driving and I saw billboards for it.
Really?
Yeah, they trying to get season tickets for the 2020. But going back to my Sixers though, I think the only team we really got to worry about in the East is
Boston.
The Bucks. No.
Are you serious? What do you mean no? That's disrespectful.
We've beaten Boston.
No, y'all have lost more to Boston than y'all have beaten them. Yes.
Hey Google, I'm just like
fact check.
Yeah.
Y'all can look it up. Please help us out.
Look it up and put it in the comments below because I think this man is trolling.
There's a series already happening during the normal season, during the regular season, and Boston is up.
I don't think so, but it's okay.
I watched the Embiid interview and he said they kicked our bleed. He said that.
He said that one time.
That's out of the 5. His spirit is broken.
No.
His spirit is shattered.
No, stop.
Shout out to Embiid.
No, I will say his spirit is probably broken after that Bucks game for sure.
Yeah, that hurt
because Giannis was giving him work.
Yeah, that hurt me to watch that.
I don't think they would have got number 1 seed if they lost that.
No. They already had number 1 seed. That game was to decide whether they clinched the overall NBA record, so they have home field or home court advantage in all the playoffs.
Oh,
so they got the number 1 overall in the NBA East and West.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn a little bit about that. This is the most I've watched basketball in my whole life.
Because I feel like
my form is crazy though. I'll cook you in the gym, boy.
You can
boy, if you don't get
tell fifth graders will cross you. Just by your form.
5th graders are cold.
Just by your form, you'll get locked up.
5th graders are dunking now.
Not 5th.
5th graders are crazy.
5th graders,
bro. The jelly fam, that's different. If you can literally roll your hand this way to here.
That's true. That's real.
Different.
Basketball is totally different.
It's evolving, bro.
Like when I saw for the Final Four this past weekend, they had a couple tournaments and they had 8th graders in there and they was they was throwing it off the backboard and dunking.
Bro, that's not natural.
No, I could barely in 8th grade. I could lay it up, but touch the rim with my fingers. But and we all consider that a dunk.
Boings though, bro. You sound like you be getting up there.
Yeah.
Did you hoop this Saturday?
No, we didn't.
Y'all didn't link up?
Nah. So we couldn't get the gym because they was doing something. But,
you wasn't complaining about getting fouled last time?
No.
You didn't postpone?
I don't call fouls when I play. Real ones know we don't call fouls unless you hack me for real.
That's that toxic masculinity, fam.
Nah, bro, because it makes you tougher. That's what the streets tell you. It makes you tougher. I don't call fouls.
We just got done talking about the streets. We know the streets are toxic, and so are LA Fitness basketball courts. The toxicity is shared.
Yeah. No, I'll call if you hack me for real. I'll call a foul. But if it's something light, no. Like if it's a body.
Have you ever gotten in a fight, like a basketball fight?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like actual elbows or like you throw something back.
Yeah. All my homies from Risen Christ, if y'all listening, they remember. They know.
That's so dope. That it's in church.
Yeah. it was a Catholic school because I got kicked out of public school.
Right.
So my parents
for those same elbows.
Nah, it was like a 3-strike thing. Like they gave the option to my dad, and my dad was like, expel him. He need to learn. And so I went to Catholic school.
They gave the option to your dad, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go with you.
No, that's when I knew my dad was maybe too real. like I was just like,
you're supposed to be on my side.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, the Catholic school that I ended up going to, no disrespect, love that school. I still got homies that go there to this day. Right. It was way more hood than the public school. Because I went to Lincoln. I went to Lincoln Public School, which was like the pinnacle of the North Side. Like all the real North Side cats went to. Okay, relax, bro. Because there's a lot of Lincoln cats that fight you over.
That'll run up on me. Hey, bro, I'm sorry.
And so I ended up going to school over South because my dad wanted me out. He wanted me over South, and he was like, "This is a Catholic school. I think this will be good for you." And then I went in there, and it was probably, if not more hood than the public school that I was in. And
they just sent all the rejects.
All
the rebels. Y'all was just all in there. It was a war zone.
But we was cold at basketball, and we was giving everybody problems.
Just like Boston, yeah.
Interesting. We're going to let that air out for everybody who's listening.
The Boston Celtics. Oh, why do you hate on them?
I don't hate on them, bro.
If you're just tuning in, Juice is delusional about his squad having weaknesses. Because we're doing the Bucks dirty. We're doing them dirty.
Y'all will play them before y'all play us. This is how they gonna set us. This is how they gonna set it up. They gonna have for the Eastern Conference. They gonna have Sixers on one side, and they gonna have Bucks on one side, because that's who's gonna end up playing to play in the finals. Boston's not even a consideration.
Why not?
I'm just kidding. I just like.
I'm really lost,
so you think that. So I guess we can take East side.
Pace and
East
talent
and West. So you think Boston is going to the finals to represent the East? Yeah. Okay. I want y'all all, if y'all seeing this,
I don't think OKC's going though, and that's my squad. I love PG, I love Russell and all that.
For those of y'all that's listening, OKC just became Tim's squad due to 2K. You weren't always OKC.
Due to Russell Westbrook. I'm avid, and even LeBron James. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm an LBJ fan. So when he goes to the Lakers, I might catch a couple games or highlights. You know how I do. Zemo Pierto, I see you. YouTube, I'm subscribed. Yeah, I'll check it out.
That's where he gets all his highlights from. Somebody.
Yeah, I don't have time to watch a full game.
No, that's real. That's real. But when playoffs come, I watch full games of playoffs because it's do or die.
You think Golden State's going to the finals?
I believe so. I believe so, because I feel like they have the most chemistry. And they really turn another notch when they in the playoffs. Like that's
the only thing I don't know about with Philly. Like if I seen them go deeper into the playoffs, then I'd be with you.
They did last year.
I think they went to the second round, my G.
Yeah, bro. There's only like 3 or 4 rounds.
Here's the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
If you haven't been there, that's a problem.
Did Boston make the Eastern Conference Finals?
We always go to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what we do. We are the Eastern Conference Finals.
Before Kyrie, what was 8?
I don't even know. It was Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah, that's a good segue though.
Yeah.
So for those of y'all who are just tuning in, if you haven't heard the news, so Paul Pierce recently claimed that he was better than Dwayne Wade. And he didn't feel like he got what he deserved as far as his farewell tour. So I got a lot of words for that, but I'm gonna let you start first.
I think Dwayne Wade's a genuinely nice guy. I think he's just more, and I also understand the sentiment of Paul George. I think he's just more. I don't want to say marketable, but I feel like with Dwayne Wade, he's not a very loud person. I think actually he blocked Joel Embiid's shot one time and told him to get his stuff out of here. That was crazy. You need to look that up. But his swag is crazy. I love fashion, so his swag is crazy. He's from Chicago. He's got about a pretty standard stature, but I think the tenacity he plays is very much like Jimmy Butler. You know, he's just a go-getter, a scrappy person, and he came from nothing. So, but with Paul Pierce, he's also a scrappy dude. Kind of got that.
He also
LA
came from
fitness.
nothing.
Also came from nothing. Nothing to take from that.
Because he's from, I believe he's from South Central. Either South Central or Compton, one of those two.
I could see that, but he just, I don't know, something about him is just isn't as appealing. He doesn't seem as athletic. I think he's definitely, he's definitely big, definitely got a shot on him.
No, he definitely is built like he plays at the YMCA.
I'll let him
Yeah. No, but yeah.
He's a role player. Dwayne Wade can take control of a whole squad. I don't know if Paul Pierce is necessarily
So you did a lot of running around, but you didn't say that in direct. Do you think that Dwayne Wade, or do you think that Paul Pierce is better than Dwayne Wade?
I think so, yeah. That's what kind of player I would aspire to be. It's not the most athletic, not like doing high flying.
Would you say last week? That's problematic. That's
what?
Said that last
What's
week.
problematic about what I'm saying now though?
You think that Paul Pierce
is better than Dwayne Wade?
Is better than Dwayne Wade?
All around, definitely. I think in their primes. I don't know. Dwayne Wade is like considered one of the best at his position, but Paul Pierce is a great defender. I love defense.
Okay.
Paul Pierce is a great defender.
No, I feel you had to throw that one.
And he's
back
in Boston,
in there.
so it's like,
first of all, that's true. That's real. I get that. I get that. But you wasn't rocking with them back then, so you can't.
I wasn't. KG slapping the floor. Come on, man. I know what I'm doing.
Slapping the floor, head bang on the court. You was with the, yeah.
No net.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
You said you had a lot of words.
I'm the complete opposite because as far as if you look at just overall athleticism, overall contribution to the game, I think Dwayne Wade had more to bring than Paul Pierce did. Like if you think like let's start with the draft. So Dwayne Wade, I don't know who Paul Pierce got drafted with, but Dwayne Wade got drafted with LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and like
crazy class.
And so and one thing that really shifted my mind is I watched this 30 for 30 on Dwayne Wade that followed his journey from being drafted throughout the NBA, and he came into Miami at a very, very low point of their organization, to the point where they actually were considering moving the team because they weren't selling tickets. Nobody was really interested in it. And
they
then
were
you got
sell
this,
it or something, or move it to another
they were gonna
state.
move it to another state. And so like when he came in, he had something to prove, and I think that's what separates Dwayne Wade from Paul Pierce. Is like, I think Dwayne Wade, as far as game goes, is hungrier than Paul Pierce. What killed me, like I always respected Paul Pierce's game. He was a shooter, but he wasn't very quick. But like Dwayne Wade, like you were saying, a better defender. I don't know about all that, because Dwayne Wade had stickies.
Crazy, right.
Like he had stickies, and he could shoot. He was slam, like he was dunking on literally everybody. And so but because he came out hungry, he was with a team where he had nobody, and he took an organization that was literally rock bottom and made them into the legacy that they are today.
Right.
And good enough to where LeBron was like, yo, I want to go to Miami.
Well, another thing that messes me up too, though, is that Dwayne Wade now has neck braids. So it's like he's doing this jersey swap thing, and I'm all for that. But brother, until you get enough hair, you need to let them cornrows go.
But that's the style now. Like that's,
neck braids.
That's what people are doing. They just do it to where it just touches right here.
Oh, that's petty.
Yeah, no, it's corny for sure.
You can literally get extensions. And there's Fetty Wap. There's Fetty Wap.
But he's too real for that.
Oh, he's so thorough.
He said, meet me where I am. Give me these braids. He got a beautiful wife.
Yeah,
beautiful kid, and his son literally went on. I saw this on Bleacher Report where he was like, Paul Pierce think he better than my dad.
Well, I don't even know if he needed to say that, but he was just saying he didn't get the just farewell that he deserved as an NBA legend.
But the thing is, here's the thing: a lot of NBA players need to know when it's time to go.
Ooh,
Carmelo.
Wow.
But like,
no. But that's a really good point.
A real thing, because if you look at it, people will forget. Like, they came in an era where now a majority of the NBA, the people who are watching the NBA don't really know much about Paul Pierce or like what he was doing back then. And so I think if he would have retired earlier, people would have respected him. But he wanted a farewell tour when he was riding the bench for the LA Clippers that wasn't really winning games. So people are not going to show you
You're right.
the mad respect that you deserve.
If Vince Carter did the same thing next season, I think he might get the same treatment.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's as good as Dwayne Wade.
But Vince Carter's also playing more than Paul Pierce.
Yeah, he's getting tick.
Yeah. And so like that's like Dwayne Wade
That's a really good point. I like that.
Has been starting all seasons that he's played. I think it's like 16 seasons or something. Starting,
hitting game
winners. Still killing. And like people see that and they just like, yo, like it's still blowing people's mind. Like, yo, this man has been in the league for 16 seasons and he's giving cats work that are like half his age. You know what I'm saying? And so I think with that, he wanted this big farewell tour, but nobody's gonna want to give you a farewell, or nobody's gonna show you no respect if you like are just riding the bench. Like especially with new cats in the league who are now oh Lord. Oh my God.
Fatality.
We got you, man. We're not letting nothing. We got technical difficulties.
Our producer caught
the keyboard was,
Our producer caught the Holy Ghost. Yeah, he caught the Holy Ghost.
Flames.
Yeah. Ooh, Lord, that scared the mess out of me, bro. I was ready.
And I just think that the NBA is evolving. You know what I mean? So it's becoming cooler for that because the Players Association, all these things are just building more momentum, and they're building on the time when Paul Pierce was in his prime. You know, those things really didn't exist. Whereas like I think Dwayne Wade is a mentor to a lot of cats, like just in the league in general. That's what I'm saying. That's why I started off with just like, I think people just like him and have an affinity for him more than even his playing accolades. I do think that's something that factors into it, because they might not admire him as much without that. Yeah. But I think he's a humble dude. From what I know, I haven't heard of anybody ever, having a negative experience with him. Whereas Paul Pierce seems like he might punch on somebody.
Yeah, he's still, and that's the crazy thing with that is like with Dwayne Wade, he's done more, like you were saying, more. And I'm not saying Paul Pierce hasn't done more for the league than just basketball, but you see Dwayne Wade involved in a lot of stuff, and like you see him and his wife like very open with that relationship of letting people see them, like they work out together. She's his hype man on the court, and like people see that because deep down people love that stuff, like because everyone's looking for somebody to love, and when they see like your significant other who's your number one fan, it's like, yo, that brings a higher respect for that person. And so like with Paul Pierce, it wasn't, and I'm not saying that athletes should open their life up to fans because they don't owe fans anything. That's true. Other than
but if you wear a headband, we will judge you. And Paul Pierce had a headband on his
and how I lost respect for Paul Pierce was when he faked that injury in that playoff game and he got wheeled off the court, and 5 minutes later he come back onto the court and spraying like nothing happened.
Put him in the Hall of Fame just for that alone.
Well, I do think he should be in the Hall of Fame, but if you thought that you was gonna get a better farewell tour than Dwayne Wade, sir,
you wanted to be a hero.
Good day.
You wanted to be a hero.
Spare with the one must go.
It's been so fun, bro. Thank you guys for chopping it up.
It's been good, and we thank you guys for listening, man. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe to the Empire Africa One on YouTube, on Snapchat, on Instagram, and all of that, and make sure you follow us on social media. I am the real Drew Sutton.
Yes, and I am MPLS Monk.
Yes, sir. And we would love to interact with y'all, man, with topics for next week and everything like that. But yeah, tune in. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like it, comment, tag somebody. Y'all have a blessed day, man.
Yeah, blessings, man. Enjoy the sun. If you still got some time to get out there, get out in the sun.
Yes, and make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
All about love, peace, and prosperity. You feel me? And we out of here.
In the fly. We gotta go.